Hi everybody, Susan here. Gosh, I know that I did not get my video posted. My hair sticking up there. Did not get my video posted for Monday. I'm so sorry for that. I have good days and I have bad days. And so those good days and those bad days, until I can get better at managing those bad days, will probably make me seem inconsistent, or not make me seem inconsistent. I will be inconsistent. Um, but I am trying to manage and get my depression and things like that under control, and just really, I'm really focusing on me right now. So what has been happening in my life since my last little post? My last post was just kind of an introductory video with audio, encouraging you to click the subscribe button if you are interested in following along in my journey to self-discovery, loving myself, finding my sense of self-worth, which has been this perpetually dangling carrot. And I don't know, I guess because I have stayed in this hamster wheel of depression and self-destructive behaviors, I haven't really gained the tools, the faculties, the capacity to handle trauma and handle tragedy and handle rejection, abandonment, you know, just anything really bad and really sad and really horrible. Anything to do with the feelings, I don't do well with. Feelings are hard. Feelings are hard. But I'm doing the best that I can with the faculties that I have. Let's see, things in my relationship, my marriage. I don't even feel comfortable with saying that. It's a hard word to even come out of my mouth. My marriage. There's like a fiery rage that just sets ablaze inside of me whenever I say my marriage. Makes me angry. Because I'm so hurt on such a deep level that my husband had chosen to have several online affairs. They may or may not have become physical. I know that he had a girl coming from Ohio while we were in a long distance committed relationship. Had a girl coming from Ohio staying with him on the weekends, and he says that she stayed in the spare bedroom. And but yeah, I don't know about all that. You know, whatever. I'm not gonna, what's done is done, and he is the one that has to live with the fact that he has lied to me and has just not respected our vows and appreciated me and the love that I've had to give. I have taken that on personally to myself and said, well, no, I have to live with that. I have to live with what you did. And honestly, it's just really my mentality. I can tell myself all day long, well, no, he's the one that has to live with that. He's the one that has to lay his head down and sleep at night, knowing that, this is what he did to a woman who has a really good heart and only had good intentions, and meant her vows when she said them, meant it when she married you. So, apparently, I mean, I guess people, people process in different ways. And on the outside, from where I'm standing, it just doesn't seem like it has really affected him or bothered him much, because he hasn't lost a night of sleep over all of this. And then there I am, can barely sleep, can barely function through the day because I haven't slept in days, and I'm either not eating and not drinking water, or I'm eating too much and I'm drinking tons of soda or tons of alcohol, and I'm just self-destructing over all of this. And I'm like, I'm getting punished double time. First round is the first layer of that is by the broken heart that I got from what his choices were. Um, and then all the things, the details of what he had been doing and saying to these girls. I dug and I dug and I dug until I found everything that I could find, and that was one of the worst mistakes that you can ever make. I'll get into that, but the second layer, I had to deal with all that, and so the second layer, the second round of hurt and heartache is my mentality. You know, the way I perceived everything, the way that I'm processing it all, and it's not well. I guess I can say I've always kind of had a negative inner speak, a negative voice inside, and I haven't really found my sense of self-worth and haven't really loved myself, and so because I was destroyed as a child, abused in many different ways, pretty much all of my childhood into my teen years until I ran away. You know, I didn't have that guidance. I didn't have that voice that is that loving, motherly, and fatherly voice that is your voice until you can develop your own. You know, that supporting and loving and encouraging voice. I didn't have that. I had people who bashed me at every turn, whether it was physically or verbally, emotionally. And so that's what I grew up having, and that became my inner voice as an adult. And so it's been a tough journey, and I'm 35 now, and I'm struggling so hard with it. This happening in my life, this cheating and the abandonment that has now happened over the course of the last few years. He's abandoned me physically and emotionally. He won't touch me. Just will not touch me in any way romantically. And finally, it just got to the point where I said, you know, anytime you had touched me, it was very, you know, very lackluster, very minimal effort. And you can tell, a girl can tell, guy can tell when, you know, they're not putting their all in. And I won't go into too many details about, you know, about the experience, but it was definitely, it wasn't all of his effort and all of his interest and all of his passion. And why be with someone if you're not going to give your all? It makes no sense. It does not benefit you in any way to withhold the best parts of you. What are you reserving it for, you know? When you have someone that's in your life and they're giving their all to you and they're working on themselves and to try and make themselves the best for you, and they're always striving to make sure that you're comfortable and you have everything that you need, and they're showing you that you're wanted and you're desired, and they're passionate when they are in the bedroom with you, why would you withhold? What are you reserving your energy and the best of you for? Or who? Why? Do you feel like you need to be in self-preservation mode? There are a million questions that I have in light of everything that's happened, and I'm not getting any of them answered. And I may very well have to go through my life having them unanswered and just wondering. If any of you guys know, guys, gals, you know, I say you guys, but it's everybody in general. If any of y'all know the answers to my questions, please put them in the comments below. Please give me some peace of mind. Please help me understand. If any of you guys have been through a marriage where there was cheating that happened, no matter what, whether it was brought on because both partners cheated on each other, one and then the other, or whether it was something senseless and your partner is just, you know, a shitbag or whatever the reason, it really is, there's no good reason to cheat. But if you've experienced this and you have managed to move past it successfully and have been able to maintain your marriage or maintain your relationship, and it is good and it is solid now, then please comment below and tell me how you did that, how you were able to get up out of bed every morning and function and just grow your relationship. Please tell me that. Reach out, whether it be email or you can just leave it in the comments below. Yeah, and if you felt like you needed to walk away because you couldn't handle it, tell me how you managed to walk away with no questions, no regrets, no hard feelings, or maybe you did have hard feelings, but you did choose to walk away. Tell me why that worked out for you, if it worked out for you. Tell me, maybe what you feel that you have gained from leaving that situation. I truly want to know. So put comment below. Tell me your stories. I want to hear them, and please answer my questions. Somebody answer my questions so that I don't have to go through life wondering. Yeah. So the heartache from betrayal is just so deep. And then the more that you find out, the more that you dig, ladies and guys. Please don't do that. If you are in the process of digging right now to find everything that you can, stop it. Let it be enough that you know for a fact that he or she cheated, and move on. Either move on or address it, confront it, and see if you can work together to fix what is very obviously broken, whether it be that person that cheated or the both of you or your relationship. I'm sorry, I have makeup in my eyes. I'm so horrible at putting makeup on. It's just everywhere. But I have on my lips one of the Wet n Wild matte lipsticks, and I absolutely love the Wet n Wild matte lipsticks. They stay on, and they're very, very matte. No shine. But back on track. So stop digging. Stop, because once you learn all that stuff, once you see all that stuff, you can't unsee it. You can't unlearn it. It's going to stick with you, and it's going to break you down. It will break you down, and that is all stuff that you have to process while you're trying to recover from this betrayal. Stop digging, okay? Trust me on this. Trust me on this, okay? You don't want to know everything. Just let it be enough that you know that he or she cheated. Let that be enough to stop. You don't need anything else to bring you down to what will probably be one of the lowest points in your life. The recovery from just the betrayal is hard enough without learning that there were 12 other people whose stories you now want to know, and you want to know what happened, everything, every detail. No, you don't. I promise you, you don't. Take it from the years of heartache and depression and isolation and 75 pounds of weight gain and multiple bottles of alcohol later. It's a very self-destructive thing that you're doing if you continue to dig. It's just more stuff you have to heal from, okay? Stop digging. Don't do it. Yeah, it's still hard. It happened a while back, and there were many things that happened, many situations in which he was unfaithful. And like I said, I don't know if he slept, like actually had sex with anyone else. I don't know, but I know that there was a lot of shit going down online where he was promising himself out to other people in the way of marriage and saying the same sweet things to them that he did to me, and supporting these women's children and sending the women money and gifts and cell phones and all kinds of stuff, and then just lying to me. And he was lying to everyone. It wasn't just exclusively me, it was everyone. I just happened to be the one who wasn't playing him, who meant it when I said I love you, and yeah, let's do this, let's be together for the long haul, let's do it. And a big mistake was on my part. There were many on my part. A big mistake that I made was ignoring the red flags, and they were there, ever present, and I let my heart overrule my mind and my eyes. I listened to my heart, and as unromantic as it is to say, your heart will get you in trouble. I mean, your heart is going to be that thing that helps you get back up and keep fighting, but your heart can also be that thing that that just completely rips you apart and leads you in the complete and total wrong direction. If you see things with your eyes and you hear things with your ears and you know things in your brain that are massive red flags, ladies and gentlemen, if they show you who they are, believe them. And I am totally, going, ghetto or whatever on you by clapping, but believe them. Believe them. And they will show you who they are. They will. I promise. As soon as they get comfortable, I'm sorry, my dogs are barking. As soon as they get comfortable, they will show you who they are. The mask comes off. You just have to have the eyes to see it, and the ears to hear it, and the brain that is clear enough to process it all. And if there are red flags and you address what they are to your partner and they just blow them off, that's a manipulation tactic. They're just trying to get you off of their scent, off of their trail, so that they can continue the behavior. If you've got an ex or someone who you're currently with and they're constantly bashing their exes and they're saying they're crazy and they're psychotic and they're addicts and they're, all these horrible things, and they take no fault in the breakups, it is always everybody else's fault. My hair's sticking up. Massive, major red flag. They are being dishonest. They have manipulative tendencies, and those are going to need to be addressed, and they're going to need to be honest with you about it. And if they can't, then you probably want to start preparing to walk away. Take it from a personal experience. I promise you, you will thank me later. Yeah, so there are many red flags in regards to guys and girls, and guys and girls do the same thing. We're very different in many ways, but we're also very much alike in that human behavior, in the way of the psychological aspects of things. Human behavior is very much the same. We just go about things a little bit differently as guys and girls, but essentially the same. So if you got a girl, if you got a guy, and everything is always everybody else's fault, and they take no accountability, massive red flag. You don't want to go there. That's trouble. If they are constantly harping about their exes, you see that they are still clearly, visibly upset, like really super upset when you bring their ex up, and they, like I said, A, don't want to take accountability, and B, are name calling and bashing their exes. A, they're not over it. They're still invested emotionally. And B, they are the name calling and things like that. I'm willing to bet if you called up that ex, they would probably be a pretty decent person. Most likely what your current boo or bae or whatever is doing is projecting their ugly side onto their ex and saying, oh yeah, she's crazy. Oh yeah, she's or he's psychotic and, whatever. Sure, fine, there may be some incidences where your ex or whatever was psychotic, but you also have to, as the new partner, have to think, well, why was that partner psychotic? Were you driving them to that point, or, were they legitimately diagnosed with an emotional and mental disorder? Dig, girlfriend, boyfriend, dig, ask questions, ask very specific, poignant questions. And if they start stumbling around and trying to create a diversion over here and changing the subject, you have a liar and a manipulator on your hands. So I would run fast and far away. Take my advice on that, because I am here in a marriage, in a relationship with a man who did all those things. And it struck me as odd, after a while of being with him, that he just always had really bad things to say about his relationships. And at first I thought, this poor guy has really shitty luck. His picker's broken, just like mine. We can be two wrong people who are right for each other. Two people who chose wrong partners who could be right for each other. My ever romantic heart was just rationalizing all these things that were like, in my head. But my heart said, aw, poor him. It's so sad. These women just treated him so poorly. And my mind was like, I don't know. I mean, why were they crazy? Why, were they really an addict? But my heart has always screamed louder than my head. And so I would listen to my heart. To my detriment. And in the grand scheme of things, as weird and crazy, I guess, as it is, I'm glad that I went through this with someone, because I do know what the indicators are now and what to look for and what keywords to tune into. I know what to do and what not to do, and through my struggle, I can help bring these tips and this advice and this inspiration to other people. And hopefully other people can find healing or dodge that bullet like I should have. And not have to even go through the suffering. They could just cut it right then and there. And hopefully if this resonates with you, you will. So, a little bit of change of subject today. I woke up with that negative inner voice rumbling around, and I just really didn't want to get up out of bed again. And I've got a 12-year-old son that depends on me, and a lot of days I've just stopped getting up. He knows how to get himself ready and things like that, and I would get up and take him out to walk him out so he could go to the bus stop. But in that process of him getting ready, and he would make himself a bowl of cereal and things like that, I would continue to lay in bed and just lament over, just crazy things that my head was thinking up. I'm so sad because I haven't been touched in, 3 years. I'm so sad because I have no affection and no emotional warmth in my life. And I'm so lonely and I'm so depressed, and, all these things. And it's happening before my eyes even pop open. My body's waking up, my mind is waking up, and all of this shit's going on in my head before my eyes are even open. And so by the time I wake up, I am so shattered, just shattered. So a night's rest didn't even do me any good. And I'm so tired of living my life that way, with this horrible way that I speak to myself and worrying about things that are not within my control and honestly really aren't even my problem, And so that's some stuff that I'm working on in 2017. And this morning, I got up and I groomed myself head to toe, and I put lotion on. I'm a little bit shiny, you can see. Lotion myself head to toe, did my hair, did my makeup, and I was like, fuck off, depression. Not today, bitch. Not today. Susan, you are going to get up and you are going to look fly as hell. Your body is going to be looking good. Your skin is going to be smooth. Your hair is looking good. Your face is looking good. You are 35 and you are fucking stunning. This is the mentality that I want to be able to have every day. I want all of this negative stuff that is, you know, that is in my head and has kind of embedded itself in my spirit and is reflecting every single day in my choices and in the weight gain and, you know, the fine lines and everything that are on my face. And, you know, I'm tired of walking around looking like this. I want to walk around looking like this. I want to be so happy and so excited and smiling all the time and just feeling good and confident and feeling beautiful. And I deserve that. I do. Now it's just a matter of making the choices every single day to choose myself instead of making my life about my partner. My partner has obviously opted out, and there's nothing that I can do about that. I have no control over that. As much as it hurts and as hard as it is to say, I have no control over how he feels about me, what he chooses to do and what he chooses not to do. But I do have control over me. I do have control over my choices. It's just easier to self-destruct because that is the life that I've always known. That is the voice that I have always known. And I am working really hard to change that. And so if you guys have any tips or tricks or advice or support and encouragement, please put them in the comments below. Give me some hearts and some love. If you are looking forward to or inspired to follow along in my journey, I welcome you to click the subscribe button. And I am working at being consistent enough to post every Monday. And yeah, I think that that's all that I've got. Just subscribe to my channel and you will probably see me have some really shit days, and you'll see me have some days where I am more able to cope. But I want to be better. I have a 12-year-old son that needs me, is looking to me to learn how to become a good, solid, strong young man. And I cannot teach anybody how to do anything, inspire anyone how to do anything or to do anything if I am falling apart at the seams and not taking care of myself and not loving myself. I'm setting that example for my son. He's not going to love himself. He's going to have that negative inner speak. He's going to be miserable, and he is going to suffer the consequences because I am falling apart. And he didn't ask to be brought into this world, and so, you know, he doesn't deserve to suffer the consequences of my life's decisions and the consequences because of the fallout of what's going on in my marriage. And so I'm going to do better, and I'm trying every single day. Like I said, if you guys have any tips, tricks, advice, support, comment in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you all next Monday. All right. Mwah.